Smart Tutorials. Make a flower garland. Materials: felt in 8 colors: pink, dark blue, light blue, yellow, dark green, light green, orange, and white. Green yarn, about 5 feet, 2 wooden beads, scissors, needle and thread, white and green. Download the pattern at the link on this slide or in the description box below. Step 1. Use the pattern sheets to cut out the felt pieces. If you are using the art kit provided by Smart, try to follow the arrangement of shapes laid out on each pattern sheet when you are cutting out the pieces, especially for the green leaves. This will make sure that you have enough felt. You can use straight pins to secure the pattern paper to the felt. Step 2. Use the reference sheet included with the patterns to organize your cutout felt pieces into the 6 different flower groups. As you begin to sew, it will be helpful to keep each flower set together. Note that there are 2 basic flower types and 3 of each type. Type 1 are those with rounded petals and Type 2 are those with long, thin petals. The rounded petal flowers have long centerpieces made of 3 concentric circles. The flowers with long petals have smaller centerpieces made of 2 circles. Step 3. Start to sew. 1. For each flower, sew the front centerpieces together. Use the white thread. Center of the rounded flower made of 3 circles and center of the long petal flower made of 2 circles. 2. Sew the dark green circles onto the light green circles. Use the green thread. These will be the back centerpieces of the flowers. Note, there are 2 sizes each of light green and dark green circles. The larger of each go together and the smaller of each go together. 3. Sew the light green centers onto the dark green leaves. Use the green thread. Step 4. Attach the flowers to the yarn. The same steps will apply to both types of flowers. You will be attaching alternate types of the flowers approximately 6 inches apart from each other. 1. Each flower has 2 layers of petals. The back layer will be attached to the yarn first. Lay the yarn across the middle of the petal layer and sew it down in the center using several small stitches of the green thread. 2. For the front of the flower, align the top layer of petals on top of the bottom layer. Then, position the centerpiece. You may want to pin all the pieces together. You'll be sewing down the center circle through the 2 petal layers. Sew around the outer edge of the centerpiece using small stitches of the white thread. Leave the petals loose. For the back of the flower, position the green circle, bigger circle for rounded flowers, smaller circle for long petal flowers, in the center. You'll be sewing down this piece, but only through the back layer of petals, so that the stitches won't show through on the front. Use the green thread. Step 5. Attach the leaves. You'll be attaching one of the leaf pieces between each pair of flowers. Center the leaf piece across the yarn and hold it into place. Using the green thread, sew up through the yarn and felt of the leaf, then wrap the thread around several times to secure it. Tie a knot in the back. Step 6. Finish the ends. Tie a loop at the top end of the yarn. Thread a bead on the bottom end. You can use a straightened paper clip or anything similar to poke the yarn through. Tie a knot below the bead.
Okay, so we've cut out all the pieces, and now we're going to start putting the flowers together. So we've also sewn the leaves, the front part of the leaves to the back, and we've sewn the circles of the flower. This is the back, this is the front. These pieces go with one of the flowers that has round petals. So there are 2 types of flowers for this project. The round petals with this big circle in the middle, and then the pointed petals, and they have a smaller circle in the middle and only 1 centerpiece. These have 2 centerpieces. So be mindful of that when you're putting them together. The bigger circle goes with the round flowers, The smaller circle goes with the pointy flowers. So what we're going to do is alternate flowers. So I've started, we have the round petal, then the pointed petal, the leaves in between. So now we're doing another round petal. So I've already started it. I'll show you how I've done it. I started with the big piece, the big back piece, and I used a needle and thread. I used green thread to match the yarn, and I just came up through the back and circled around a few times. I made a few stitches around, tight ones, to secure it to the yarn, and then I just tied a knot. So this is already done. So now I'll show you from this point. Okay, so I'm going to take the middle part of the flower and line it up onto the yellow so that these pink petals line up with the yellow petals. And then I take this part that I've already sewn the middle parts together and put it in the middle. And this part is the part we're going to sew down. So let me show you this one that's already done. I only sewed down the circle around the outside. I didn't sew down these middle petals. So the circle is what secures it all together. Okay, so I'm going to use white thread, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the flower together, all these pieces, and then from the very back through the yellow, I'm going to come up through the white, really close to the edge, and make really small little stitches all the way around. Close together. I'm going to just keep going until I've sewn all the way around. Okay, so now I've sewn all the way around the center part so it's secure. So now we're going to add this back piece. And remember that when we're sewing the round petaled flower, we're going to use the bigger circle on the back. So you've already sewn the middle part on. So you're going to just lay this flat over the yarn. And you can see the little stitches from the front. We're going to cover that up with this green one. So this is a little different than what we did in the front. We're not going to go all the way through. We're not going to start at this side. We're going to just start underneath the green. So you pull your thread up. You already have a knot. Use the green thread. Okay, so this stitching is going to be a little bit different because we don't want to go all the way through. We don't want the stitches to show on the front. So we're just going to try to go through the yellow. So you kind of sort of feel it with your needle. You're just going to push up. Like that. So it didn't go through the front. And we're going to go all the way around like that, just kind of keeping on top of the stitches that we can see from the front piece. Same thing, they're pretty close little stitches. And then just keep going all the way around, and when you get to the thread, just go over the thread and you'll end up with it looking like this. And then we're gonna, after we finish that, then you put the leaves in between. And the way I did the leaves was just use the same green thread with the needle, and you come up from the back and you pull the needle through the yarn, come up from the back, and then just wrap it around several times really tightly and tie a knot in the back. So it ends up looking like that.
You have made a flower garland.